Hello, what is the deal, my good peoples? I'm just on here looking to catch up with you guys, see where you've been, see what you have seen, and just to chat and talk. So let's bust it up at the end of this janky ass countdown.
Platform so you can eat from my back parts from the front, ho. That's it. That's all.
Drop jewels.
Hey y'all.
All right, yeah.
Jewel cool.
You know what I mean? All right, yeah. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
Child.
All right, yeah.
Hello and good morning. Welcome. Okay, I had a long intro, but welcome. Let me loop this. Welcome, everyone. Okay, and for those who are in the skybox, I urge you to drop down the chat so that we can talk. I have a couple questions as well, but I would like to share a clip. Okay, it's something that I just came through. It's a trending clip, and it took place in this is fresh too. It took place in Texas, and I'm warning people. Now I shouldn't have to warn parents. You know, if you're a parent, you should really ensure the safety of your child. You know, you should be very precautious. You know, and be the eyes for your child. But it's people that's bringing babies on safaris and allowing them to interface with animals. And here's something that I recently came across. Let me find this real quick. But there was a 2 year old toddler that the parents kind of set up to feed a giraffe from the car. And as the giraffe was taking the food from the toddler, the giraffe also took the toddler with him as the giraffe lifted his head up. I mean, it was scary. It was scary. Here goes. It's a news clip. This is very fresh.
World Paisley Toten
Toten was riding in the back of a pickup truck with her mom feeding all of the animals when one giraffe accidentally grabbed her shirt and lifted Paisley into the air. Jason Toten recalled the moment the giraffe picked up his daughter, which was caught on video by a car behind them.
We stopped to feed the giraffes, and I turned around to look out the back window, and I saw the giraffe kind of digging around right there, and then it just grabbed her, and I didn't see her no more.
According to Toten, it was a complete accident.
Paisley was holding the bag like this, and the giraffe went to get the bag, not get her, but ended up getting her shirt too and picking her up.
But thankfully, she didn't get too high up before the giraffe dropped her.
As soon as she went up, her mom just yelled, "Hey," like, "Hey," and the giraffe just kind of let go.
Oh, look. Oh. When she fell, her mom was right there to catch her, so no one was hurt, but it was still a scary moment for everyone.
My heart stopped, my stomach dropped. It scared me.
My left shirt.
Got your shirt? Yeah, was it scary? Afterwards, Toten said they went to the gift shop and Paisley got a toy giraffe.
We got it, yeah. I figured she deserved it.
Old Paisley Toten was riding in the back of a pickup truck with her mom feeding all of the animals when one giraffe accidentally grabbed her shirt and lifted Paisley into the air. Jason Toten recalled the moment the giraffe picked up his daughter, which was caught on video by a car behind them.
We stopped to feed the giraffes, and I turned around to look out the back window, and I saw the giraffe kind of digging around right there, and then it just grabbed her, and I didn't see her no more.
According to Toten, it was a complete accident.
Paisley was holding the bag like this, and the giraffe went to get the bag, not get her, but ended up getting her shirt too and picking her up.
But thankfully, she didn't get too high up before the giraffe dropped her.
As soon as she went up, her mom just yelled, "Hey," like, "Hey," and the giraffe just kind of let go.
Oh, look. Oh. When she fell, her mom was right there to catch her, so no one was hurt, but it was still a scary moment for everyone.
My heart stopped, my stomach dropped. It scared me.
My left shirt.
Got your shirt? Yeah, was it scary? Afterwards, Toten said they went to the gift shop and Paisley got a toy giraffe.
We got it, yeah. I figured she deserved it.
Old Paisley Toten was riding in the back of a pickup truck with her mom feeding all of the animals when one giraffe accidentally grabbed her shirt and lifted Paisley into the air. Jason Toten recalled the moment the giraffe picked up his daughter.
Okay, so I had that on loop, you guys. Let me take that off. Okay, put this on. All right. So yeah, parents, please. I mean, I really feel like it was a bad decision on the parents' part because I got to see the footage where they actually set the child up and they had the food initially, but they gave the food to the child, that's a 2-year-old child, and said, "Don't you want to feed the giraffes now? These are still wild animals. I don't care how so-called, quote unquote, domesticated they are living in a safari." You know what I mean? So like they still have instincts and things like that. And I would just never allow a child that's so young to interface with a giraffe. So the giraffe, when it went for the food, it took the food and the shirt of the child. And when it raised his neck, and you know how high in the air their faces are, like when they're standing up, it took the child with it. You see what I'm saying? And luckily, the mother had screamed, "Yikes," or whatever she screamed. And she said that the giraffe had let it go and she caught her child in midair. It could have been more serious than this, you know, but it's just the chances and the risks that people take and allowing that 2-year-old. Now, I can't remember like to the age, and I feel like I have a good memory, but I can't now as an adult. And even as I was older, even as a teen, I could not remember as far back as 2. So it's not like they're making memories, and it's just not worth the risk. And parents have to be the eyes for their children and the brains for their children. You know, a 2-year-old can't really make these type of decisions if you know. So I mean, parents just have to think or whatever. You know, I mean, to me, that was crazy. And it was shocking that they allowed for this and kind of procured the child and being able to feed a giraffe. Like, what the hell? You know, so that's a new story, and that's coming out of Texas. I see my mod is here. What is up? Good morning. Living my best life. It is so good to see you. Exactly. Living my best life. Wrote wow. Exactly. I don't. I really don't have much words for it though. But this topic really is about like me busting it up and chopping it up with my viewers and my subscribers. I just wanted to see what everybody was up to, what's going on out there, and I have some things that I can do in the interim, you know, to keep the live entertaining. But I'm still kind of like closed in the different places that I go to. It's just that, like a few people who I really like focus on, like in terms of like catching their lives, if I can, because lots of times I am working. I'm out at work making a living, adulting. Um, but the lives that I can catch or that I really make prioritize catching, I should say, are Tracy's lives, and I would say James, Mother, Spill It Boy, all same person. Lives, if I don't catch the lives, I catch the replays or whatever. So I don't know a lot of what's going on, but I did catch up to a few things. Right before I started this live, I looked on Tracy's community wall, and my dream came true because I've been urging Miss Paulette Waters, to go live since forever. And I can see that she did a live. So if you guys can check it out, just put her name in the search bar. Or no. The easier way would be to actually you can get to it through Tracy's community wall. You can check it out. I have not checked it out. Um, because I had this plan. I had my own live plan. So I'll probably listen to about 4 minutes, but immediately when I'm finished this one, I'm definitely gonna go check out what Miss Paulette had to say. Definitely. Like she's definitely one of my favorites here in this sector. Um Let me look towards the comments. Okay. It's not a whole lot going on. Let's see. Um yeah, but I definitely want to check that out. Like, I live for her. Whether she knows it or not. Um, let's see. Here's something. I checked out, I guess it was yesterday, last night, a live from the Luby Passer from Juicy Booty. I'm talking about Jay Wilson. And the part that I caught, I can't be certain if I caught the entire live, you see? But the part that when I read balled, I went back. I was only actually able to capture so we talking about Jay Wilson's conversation with Ghetto Intellect, who I call Ghetto Derelict. Okay, that's my little name I came up for because he's not so bright, he's not so smart. But you can't tell him that. You can't really tell this guy that. Yes. Yes, thanks for including Miss Paulette's link in the chat. Definitely get her numbers up. Okay. This is definitely someone I would support with everything in me. I mean that. So I got to catch up with the Luby Passer. Um, and so he was speaking with Ghetto Intellect, and he was speaking with the MBK dude. So you guys, I'm not all these places that you guys are at, which is why I pointed out like the limited places that I'm in. So just fill me in on what it is that please engage with me. Let me know. So I know a little about Ghetto Intellect because he's been here for a little minute. He called it a long time last night on Passer, and I'm like listening to him like, you have not been in the beef sector a long time. People tend to exaggerate their tenure here. Ken, Yuckmouth Ken, he's another person that tends to exaggerate. He literally lies about how long he's been here. He dates it back to 2019, but he came actually after that because if he was here in 2019, he would have been here for IHOP Gate, and he definitely was not here. when VS did what she did at IHOP. So drop down in chat. Yes, drop down in chat, please. Appreciate it. Put that up there. Okay. And welcome. Good morning, Connie. It's definitely good to see you. Appreciate that. So yeah. So and another reason why there's a couple few other places I could drop into because I may watch actually from the skybox. But the reason I don't is because of it's not reciprocal. Like people like forever they told me, oh, I didn't know you was a content creator. And for a lot of people that have told me that that's bull because I've been one forever now. But they just don't drop in, and so like I may watch if I feel it's beneficial to me, but I'm not dropping in, because they're adamant about not dropping in mine, you know. So yeah, I just stopped doing that. That's one of the changes I made. Yeah. But yeah. So he was talking to. Let me get back to the Ruby Pass. He was talking to Ghetto Intellect, and one of the things that came up was like him leaving, Ghetto Intellect leaving, and Pastor kind of, oh wait a minute, I don't want to skip the subject because I'll be everywhere. Okay, so Pastor grilled him as to, well, why did you leave? And there was some other stuff being said, like about just like the as they were saying, the big numbers of black gay males that are part of the beef and stuff. So we know of this or whatever. But I wouldn't say they're like really big numbers compared to the women because I mean, if you think about it, like the black women are like 90%, roughly, So, but I think it gets a lot of attention because you really don't find a lot of places where black gay men would outnumber black heterosexual men, and that's definitely the reality here in the beefing section. But he had put up, so this was Ghetto Intellect had said, and I thought this was some bull. So he had told Pass, he said, well, the reason I kind of like distanced myself, because there was a time where he used to like whore himself on all these different panels, from panel to panel to panel, from content creator here in the beefy circuit. But he said he kind of moved away from that. He said because it was like some unfair like labels being thrown on him, and people begin to associate. It was like the whole guilty by association thing, like, and that has affected. To be truthful, if I'm going to be truthful, that has affected a lot of heterosexuals, at least more so in the past, heterosexual men. Just the whole guilty by association thing, and people want to make them gay and all of that. But I felt like he wasn't being as truthful as he could be because, I felt like he picked like this small thing to say that was the reason why he left. But there was some things that we caught up with because I was here. Like related to Ghetto Intellect, and it would be more compelling than the whole guilty by association thing because that shit don't mean shit. It really doesn't, especially if you're secure and you know who you are. Really shouldn't run you away. But I wanted to kind of like go back in the past and kind of like grab some more compelling things, and he still remembered these things. I'm talking about Ghetto Intellect, like why people come to question his sexuality. But like we all remember this, you guys. We all remember this.
Trying to stay clean, but you make me wanna cheat. But ignore them haters. Their minds won't change till they taste some. You're like a drug, got me so addicted. My soul's in prison, eat the mutton or the chicken. Once you get it, there's no going back. But karai more like butt crack. I see you everywhere I go. And if you don't know, now you know that I want your butt karai. I need your butt karai. I can never get enough. I let you think when I'm done. I want your butt karai. I'll eat your butt karai. You know I ain't no nut.
Wait a minute. Okay. So to me, like that's kind of like more compelling. Like, and that was a thing that kind of spurred a lot of the questioning and the rumors, which he doesn't mention. Connie did point out, she said, let me get it. Let me see. She said, ciao, y'all, man. I think it was charity though. Okay. This is my response to it. I remember him saying that, but I never received verification of that. People say a number of things to make things go away, but that's definitely was something that people had questioned. I could remember, but before he even before I even heard him say charity, he tried to exclude it, like by saying it was just entertaining. It was it was like entertainment, but by definition, let me share this. Let me share this. Like he thought that that would eliminate the fact that he was like in drag. Like he did a gender change. That's a gender change. He was like in female attire. And would you have to do that to I don't know, like to contribute to a charity? I don't know. But yeah, I look, he was like in the makeup, high heels, women attire, like a whole dress, like shimmying and shaking his butt and twerking and tweaking, like with makeup on. Like but my whole thing is that doesn't necessarily make you a homosexual, but it definitely makes you a drag queen. And he had tried to, or at least for that time that you were in it, and pointing out that you did it for entertainment sake is the very thing that actually defines it as drag. Like he thought that that would eliminate, like the questioning, but I even lifted the definition. And let me read this from Merriam-Webster. A person, and especially a man, who performs as an entertainer. Like I can't see the bottom from where I am, but you guys can. Like, but that was the very thing that defines him, like as doing drag. Like it doesn't eliminate, you see, like the idea. But I'm like, you're just confirming like what people think. So that would be something that people would like question, like even more than the whole association thing. Like, oh, you happen to be in the same sector, like with people. Like that's not really like compelling, if you ask me. But yeah, like if someone sees like a heterosexual male like in drag, like a lot of times they're going to throw them things on. Like they're gonna question those things and they're gonna think like that it's a fair judgment. You see what I'm saying? Let me go back to the chat because there's a few people that I didn't say hello to verbally. You see? Hey, what is up, Detached? Thanks so much for being here. Okay, that's it. That I'm saying, right? Yeah, what's up, Detached? Thanks so much for dropping in. So so that's that with Ghetto Derelict. Okay, I wanted to give my opinion on MBK. I don't know much about him, so I'm not going to say too much, because if I go too deep, like it's too premature because I don't know the guy. And I don't really feel comfortable speaking too much on him. But this is where I can get some feedback from the chat too. I heard so okay, so before I saw him on Pastors Live last night, I heard some unfavorable things about him. And what I mean by that is like I could remember Lady Nika speaking to him. I like her and I respect her. Um, but like some crazy remarks and statements that it was shown, and it was shown by Grumpy Gums, um, who Tracy called grown throats. It was shown by him. I guess he leaked audio, maybe, or text, because he's good for like recording and doing different things like that. But like of the guy like saying this crazy stuff about her when this guy like never had a relationship with her, and I just don't particularly care. Like it bothers me. Like when people attack other people unwarranted, but especially when black women are associated with like primates and stuff like that, it does something to me. I ain't gonna lie, it's cringy as fuck and it's appalling that people are out doing stuff like that. So like, look, I'm not with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fond of stuff like that at all. So I heard he made those remarks, and I'm sure he probably attacked other women associated with the sector, but I don't know who they are. You guys feel free to inform me, like who they may be. I only heard of Lady Nika. Also, it's part oh, and I'll get to pass it. And as part of this conversation, he did kind of make a distinction between I'm going to say like gay or what he called like regular men, like, and that's always a no, like, because what it does, it implies that they're like irregular men. You see what I'm saying? And if you're talking about a heterosexual male, just say a heterosexual male, But the whole like the real men, the regular men, like that's where you get like in trouble. And it kind of moves in that direction close to homophobia. Like those type of remarks, like when referencing a man and suggesting that other types or outliers are irregular. You see what I'm saying? Um, let's see. I want to see this comment. If he was friends with Glitter Boots, it does. It's very telling. Agreed. It's very telling. But they fell out, and it's probably over some bull, But it probably look. People get together for superficial reasons here. I mean, I actually seen people like befriend an enemy just because they had a common foe. They had a common enemy, and they would do it like on those grounds, and those are never like solid grounds because it's really nothing authentic about it, and it's like they haven't really built no foundation other than you dislike this person or you currently have beef with this person and I currently do not like this person, so let's get together. I mean, I think that's some weak ass shit. It never seems to work. I'm not saying that was the grounds of that relationship, but because I really don't know much about both of them. But that came up with MBK. I'm trying to think of what else came up with MBK. Oh, I did hear MBK bring up the guy Binary Code. I did hear him bring up Binary Code, and he and one thing he kind of emphasized in speaking about Binary Code, he was like, yeah, he called himself an ally. And it's I don't think I was reading too deep into it, but like as he was saying, like, yeah, and he called himself an ally. He even separated himself. He said, I don't call myself an ally. He even called himself an ally. Eh, what I picked up from him saying that was like almost like to like imply or insinuate like there's something zesty about binary for considering himself to be an ally. But I'm gonna tell you that one thing about people that call themselves an ally. Just recently, not too long ago, did um I did a live. I think it was a live or upload. No, it was a live. I did a live on it because there's another content creator who she used the F bomb multiple times in her live and attacking a black gay male. I got to put black there too, just to remind people, because people tend to shave that off and just be like the gay males, as if you can't be black and gay at the same time. And I think they're conscious about this because they always leave that off. But when something happens to a black male who's hetero, they leave the black intact. It's definitely if something happens to a black woman here, the word black is there. But yeah, um, and then she called herself an ally in that same week in a different lie. She called herself an LGBT ally, and some people were smart enough to know because I guess they've been in these same places that I've been, and they kind of guessed who the person was. But recently, when I say recent, I'm talking about like within a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, she was going back and forth with another black gay male, and she used the F bomb multiple times. And to me, it's disgusting and appalling. And I feel like people are trying to create their own definitions, but like you can't be an ally and use the F bomb. You just can't. You can't be a straight ally and use the F bomb. I have defined this many times, not on my own, but by grabbing definitions by people who are qualified to tell us what these things is. So like where we learn these terms from. But and I would just like to reshare it just to let people know. Like it may sound good, like you may want to call yourself an ally because it sounds good. Like, yo, I can add that as an additional. Oh, what's up? That's who I forgot to say hello to, my wifey. What's up, Ivan? But yeah, it may feel good to you, like to want to add that like as an extra hat because it sounds like a nice term, but it goes beyond what most people think. And it's not just because you're friendly or that you're tolerant. Like it's very deep. Like you actually have to protect and advocate. Like this is part of the definition. Like there are whole like do's and don'ts that the LGBT have listed, like of what an ally cannot do, what they shouldn't do, and what they should do. And the F bomb is definitely like one of them. But I grabbed this. I think I can see it through my screen where I can read it. An ally, I think it says a straight ally, is any non LGBT person that supports LGBT rights. Effective straight allies speak up when they hear home. Wait a minute, let me put that back up. I should have looped that. Wait a minute, let me put that back up and loop it so it stays up. Like, yeah, okay, let's get it. I'm trying to loop it, you guys. Okay, here it is. Effective straight allies speak up when they hear homophobic or transphobic remarks. The F bomb is definitely homophobic. That's a whole. It's defined as being a homophobic slur, and it doesn't go to an individual, even though you may be arguing with the individual at the time. But when it's hurled or when people jump to it, it goes to an entire community. And I hope people understand that. And it says when they hear homophobic or transphobic remarks, identify and oppose anti LGBT legislation and systems, and work to educate themselves and others about LGBT issues. A lot of these people, I'm going to say the majority, now I'm going to say everybody that I heard. Let me take this off the loop. Everybody that I heard in this year, 2024, who have said that they were allies to the LGBT, I laughed my ass off. And I question it. I don't believe it because I know a lot of these people's history. I may catch their lives and see what they do. And I can tell it's just something that they're saying, but they have not done that type of work. And they don't have that type of relationship where they're opposing legislation and advocating and doing away with the F bomb, so on and so forth. Like it's very much part of their vocabulary. And they very much see homosexuals as being F, you know, maggots. And that's just what it is, you know. So I'm going to speak the truth, you know. That's why a lot of people have a problem with me, because I speak these things and I don't allow people to bastardize definitions. I go, wait a minute, let me look into this. Let me look this up. Let me see what it says, when other people are just like loosely um, hurling terms or just making up their own definitions. Definitions are very stubborn things. Facts are very stubborn things. And we don't get to change or alter definitions when we're not qualified to actually do that so that it suits us, because it sounds good on us, because you want to be perceived as me and an ally. You're not. And most like, and here's one way you could check to see if you're an ally too. And similar like to white people who call themselves an ally, like of black struggles or of the black community. Like it, you will find like black people calling you an ally. Same thing like with people who think that they're allied to the LGBT. Like, where are these LGBT people who consider you that and have told you that you are an ally to the community? Or is it like, are you just self-appointed? Like, is my question. But I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that. But people, yeah, I see that they just appoint themselves. Like it's def, and I'm totally like disagreeing. But with everyone that I heard in um 2024 say that they were, I question that shit strongly. Let me see if he was friends. Thanks for the like. Yeah, thanks for liking the video, you guys. So I would like to change the subject. Okay, create a new segment. This was something, and take it back to something I used to do that's very light. In the past, I used to do this when I was going live more often, where I was uploading more often before tragedy visited me, because that was the thing that kind of took me away from uploading as frequently as I used to in the past and going live as frequently as I used to. And I'm still dealing with that, but of course I'm okay. There was a time where I couldn't come on here, like mentally, I just couldn't deal with it. Um, Nothing against y'all, but I couldn't deal. Oh man, like everything kind of like sickened me about this shit, and it's because I had like misfortune reach me, and I took it very very hard. Like it broke me, but I slowly got back to myself with prayer, and I will really say, like, with the help of like people who were like praying for me, and with my own prayers, and like people that have been like helping me, so I'm slowly getting back to myself, definitely. um and I have like a more healthy perspective, because I really was like broken, you guys. I couldn't even function. I couldn't. But I'm gonna go back to an old thing that I used to do, and we used to kind of have fun with it, you guys. But I would call it like Guess Who, and it's like with people who are like in the public eye, not just singers or actors, you guys, but very famous faces or familiar faces, public faces of different people, and I take like a picture of them. Most times, it's a picture of them when they are like children, but I don't have that. Well, I have some of that, but I don't have that with all that I'm going to share today. I have some like but they definitely were younger, and I felt like they looked differently. So I want to look towards the chat. This is for engagement, you guys. I want to look towards the chat to see who's the first one in the chat who would guess who these familiar faces are. Let me look over and see, because in the past I would do like a whole yeah. Okay, so the faces that I have today are all black people. I would mix it up in the past. And I would try to do things to throw people off with these people. So I want you guys to guess. I'm gonna put up the first pick. So who is this as a little girl? Do you recognize his face at all? Look close. Look close. Let me look towards the chat to see if we have any guesses. Okay. I'm not seeing anything yet. Let me see. Let me put it up again. Let me try again. One more again. But who can it be? Who can it be now? All right. Let me get the face again. Here goes. Oh my goodness, living my best life, got it. Yes, so that is Candy Burris from Real Housewives of Atlanta, also known as a member of Escape and a mogul. Like she's on her way to like those people. I forget what it's called. Like they have an acronym for it. Like someone that wins like a Tony and an Emmy and this and that. Yeah, like but she's on her way to doing that. I think she got 3 of the 4. Yeah, that is Candy Burris. But that's a good guess. I wonder how you know that. Let me know in the chat how you know that. I'm still looking at the comments, but how did you know that? How you knew it was Candy? Because I wouldn't have guessed that. Let me know. Have you seen that picture before? Like, how do you know? Let me know. I'm still looking towards the chat. Let me see. EGOT, exactly. So that's like Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. Exactly. And I think she has 3 of the 4 already. She's an achiever. Um, let me try that. But let me know how you know. How did you know it was her? Did the picture give it up? Let me know. Help a mofo out. Let's see. Oh, right. It looks like her. No doubt. Okay. So you was able to see that good? All right, because I would never be able to catch it. All right, so let me go to the next one. Okay. So who I think this is an attractive picture, but who is this guy right here? I'm looking for the first guess in the chat. First correct guess. Who could that be? Any guesses? Let me see. Okay. I'm not seeing any guess. Anybody knows? Let me know. Let me know. No, I'm not seeing any. The last message I'm seeing is living my best life. And she said, Candy, it looks like her. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to give it up. I'm going to let you guys know. It is definitely Todd. In his younger days, I felt like he was attractive. Not that he's not today, but I felt like yeah, like he took a good picture there that he looked attractive back in his younger days. But that is Todd, Candy's husband. Okay, let me go to the next one. I'm mad that I had to give that one up. Okay, let me try this one. Who is this as a young boy? Look at the face, you guys. Who is that? Let me keep that up. Who is that? I'm looking towards the chat. Any guess? Any guesses? Who is that? as a little boy, as a youngie. I'm still looking, you guys. Do I have to get that one away? Come on. Take your guess. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yes, yes, living my best life. Yup. She wrote the comedian. My mind is blank on name. So yeah, I'm gonna give that to you. Definitely the comedian, also actor, Kevin Hart. You know, from my hometown, Philly. So that was Kevin Hart as a youngster, a little boy. So you can look at these pictures and tell you dangerous. Let's see. Um, which one I want to do next? All right. So I think I'm gonna help this one along. Cause you, okay, on the first picture, you guys may not get it because it goes back when he was very young. But let's try this. Who is this? And I think we all know this man today. You know, he's not always out there. It's good. We gotta think back. We gotta think back. So that's his graduation pic. I don't expect too many people to know that. Let me see. What is Okay, so we're gonna try this again. Let me get down to this picture. I'm scrolling, you guys. I'm scrolling. Okay, here goes. Let me see. Any guess? Okay, good guess. He said Tupac. Okay, so no, it's not Tupac. I just wanted to laugh any damn way. Thank you so much for the laugh. Okay, so here he is as an older man, and I would say like more current today. And I'm gonna, you guys better be able to guess it, but it still may throw you off a little bit. Here he is today. Who is this man? Remember him? Remember him? Come on. Who is this man? Do I have to give it up? What is up, Tracy? Wait a minute, let me take that off. Okay. Yes, Kevin Hart. Let's see. Tupac, I'm guessing. I don't know husband name. Oh my good. What do you mean husband name? Tracy? Oh my God, by request. I miss you too. But yes. And living my best life was pretty much the first one that got it, but she didn't have the name. But yes, it damn sure is him. So let me show you a picture of how we remember him. Okay, because I'm definitely here to throw you guys off. This is how we remember this guy from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the stereotypical gay dude that would get into it at times with Sheree and with Nene. Okay. And then I have one last one. I'm not sure y'all ready for it. I'm not sure y'all ready for it. Okay. So, let me look towards the chat. Yes, Tracy Dwight. Okay. Oh man. So I wonder if you're gonna guess this one. If you guess this one, y'all good, unless y'all like had prior knowledge. But who is this woman? As a young woman, who is this? Tracy, I think that's a good guess because that's what I guessed the first time I seen it. I thought it was Aretha Franklin, but it's not. Oh my goodness, living my best life, got it. Wait a minute, but what comedian? Y'all know what? Yes, you're correct. Living. You just don't have these names, but you know all of these people. You recognize these faces somehow. You have an eye for these people or for anything that's familiar. I don't think I'll be able to get anything past you. But it's the comedian Lunel, you guys. It's her. Can you believe it? So yeah, that's Lunel on her young days. See that? But I think Aretha was a good guess. Because that's what I thought. I'm like, was that Aretha? Yes, Lunel. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Cheesy had got it. Oh my god. How? Okay. I didn't know that. I guess there's a little delay on my part. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Okay. I'm glad I'm able to get back to these different things. It takes me a while to gather these picks because I do it over time, as I see different things or whatever. But last limit. Oh yeah, and I said I did want to talk about Passer, but Passer was mentioning Lemon, so I did go over there. No, you know what? I went to Hennywise, and I got to see that Lemon had shown us. So I've seen Lemon in the past, you guys. I have a whole history of being on stereo with Lemon, whole history of being a part of Avatar Nation, which I have no regrets about being with Lemon. So to me, I've seen him before. I've seen pics of him or whatever. I think I even seen him live too. To me, like he still looks the same. Like so, I feel like he aged very well. Like it looks like he aged very well. I don't know if he's shaved, but he still has a youthful appearance. Um, and I think he's good looking. I think he's good looking. And the only reason I hesitated in saying that, you guys, because I know that you guys know that I'm saying gender loving, and I hope you don't think that there's no attraction, because I'm not attracted to him. But I think he's a good looking up. And since he's shown himself, I'm looking under the comments, and so I know I'm sharing an unpopular opinion, and I don't mind that. I don't mind, yeah, like being the oddball. But I think it's like a lot of unfair things that are recent. But let me go to Pastor. I feel like Pastor is jealous. But I tend to think that about like a lot of that he is when it comes to him, like speaking of or going back and forth with a lot of younger men that he can't really paint as being ugly. So he find other ways, and he's very competitive. When I was listening to the live that he had with Ghetto Derelict and with MBK yesterday, he was competing with them the whole time, talking over them. I hate when he has guests and he kind of like speaks over them the entire time. But he was competing with them, and I lied to you guys not a few times in that live. He was like, "Cause I'm the shit. Cause I'm the shit." Like, dude, like you been around the block and then some, like got busted on Jack, grind or whatever. You old as fuck. You look like a Shar-Pei dog. You wrinkled as fuck. You got a shrimp pain, you hunchback, and Nestle Crunch on the back of your neck. Like, dude, like, and when other people bring up handsome people or attractive people, like he always makes it, especially if they're a male, and he know that they have no interest in them. He always says, "Oh, I have no interest in them," and then he finds like other ways. And I'm not saying that people can't have standards. I have my own standards, but he finds other ways to like disparage them. That's the whole thing. But you can't call them ugly. And so he says things like, "Oh, my bedroom is larger than his apartment." And oh, that apartment was ran down when really was nothing wrong with the damn apartment and the damn background. Like it didn't look nasty. It didn't look you know, like sure, like there are like better places, like if that's your argument, but if that's your argument, then make your argument. Don't act like somebody is living in squalor, and that's what we saw when Lemon turned his background on. And so that's the things that kind of like make me sense that Pastor gets jealous of a lot of different like younger attractive men, like when they're speaking highly of him. And also like he was like, um I'm not going to try to put the whole gay thing on Lemon. I'm not going to try to do that. Pastor, it's a little too late for that because like in the past, and I did a live on it, you already did when you were the first one in the sector to call him fluid, and you kept referring to him as fluid. And that's like the same as misgendering a trans person, like because you were like missexualizing him purposely when you know that he has always said that he was a heterosexual person. And I have gaydar, and trust me, like when all the rumors and gossip was swirling, I'm talking about early on years ago, like about Lemon, I tried to gaze in and look, and I see, you know, you guys are gonna believe what you want to believe, but I see like zero, like I picked nothing up like about him. And he did turn on his camera on, and I guess people thought that they saw some things, and a lot of the comments that I've seen, people were like describing him as zesty, and what's the other word? Zesty. Damn. But the other word is nothing but like slang that means gay. And I feel like that is like so unfair because even if you think that he's soft, if you think that's what you saw, like he's softer than the average person, if you think you saw that or whatever, then say that. But when you say a person is gay, you're saying they have an attraction to the same sex. That's what you're saying. And we have no proof of that. Like, I feel like I've seen no signs of that. Like, I don't believe that. I didn't believe it years ago. And like, even with the video that's been released now, like, I don't believe that. And there's no reason for people to believe that. Like, they're definitely making leaps and jumps without any like proof or anything that could be remotely interpreted as proof that that Lemon likes men. Like I definitely think that he likes women, and I feel like he only likes females. Let me say females because that refers to sex. Um, and I think that he only does. And until I see different, I won't call him anything different. But just like with people loosely calling themselves allies, I feel like people loosely really like pathologize, like because the reason they call him gay in my mind because they feel like that's the worst thing that you can fucking call a man, because a lot of people think that's the worst thing that you can be in life. Yeah, like is gay, which is why they say it. And it explains too why people when are now saying no Diddy to say no homo, when we know that the issue that people have with Diddy is that he's a fucking woman abuser. But they associating that now with same gender, same sex attractions between men. You know, like we still haven't found him guilty of that. So the things that kind of make Diddy a monster and a predator is how he runs over people. And yeah, I believe that he's a monster in real life. But why are we saying no Diddy to mean no homo? See how y'all just throw these predatory, pathologizing, dangerous things onto a community that simply likes the same sex? And see how like Diddy is a criminal, but how you incriminate an innocent community by making no Diddy mean like equating that to no homo. Like whenever you see a man beating his wife or his girlfriend, you should say no Diddy if you're going to say that. But no, people want to reserve it to mean no homo for some reason. It's sad to me. That's disgusting and it's appalling. I think people need to rethink shit. That's it. That's all, you guys. Wait a minute. Did I miss anybody else? Let me see. before I get off of here. Let's see. Of his love. Um, I think this is about Lemon. I really haven't watched a lot of it. I think it's about him. Oh wait a minute. It could be about the Luby Pass. I'm not sure. Let me know on Vibrant which one you're talking about. But I haven't watched it a lot of Lemon in its entirety because he had them long lives. And I'm not gonna lie, like since he became a content creator, one thing that I haven't shared, he seems very different than the Lemon that I did know. But not different in sexuality, but just different in topics and what he would touch on and the substance that he spoke about years ago. Like it had me glued to the tube, and he kind of, oh, okay, no doubt. And it seemed like he kind of stepped away from that. So like it's a lot going on, but I'm not gonna lie. It is kind of like in line with the beef sector's way of doing shit. My opinion is always opposite, but it's his life, no doubt. Um, I don't know Lemon's sexual preference, nor do I care, no doubt. Let's see. Yeah. And also, yeah, like it's it kind of goes into homophobia too. Like, because straight men can experience when they're constantly being called a homo in some way. Like even if you say what's the word? I just used the damn word. My mind is gone. But yeah, like zest. There you go. When you call it, just like when just like heterosexual black women can experience transphobia when people are calling them trannies or stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm on my way out of here, you guys. Thanks so much for joining the courtyard. Appreciate it. And thanks for stopping in by request. I think you know why I'm thanking you. Appreciate it, you guys. I'm gonna find my outro and be out of here. Please like the video, share it out if you can, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed to the channel. Appreciate it. Still looking for an outro. I wanted to do a different outro. Appreciate it. All right, let's try this one.